And we are live. What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a great day. Want to personally welcome you to the Coach Beast Show, where we talk all things youth football strategies, tactics, and most importantly, this is where you get your questions answered by yours truly. I am your host, Coach Beast. And guys, I'm really excited about today. If y'all missed the show last week, you're getting lucky because we're going to do a round two of how to set up a championship youth football structure. That's right. We're going to talk about how to set up a championship youth football structure. And I am super pumped. I am super excited to get in this conversation with you. And as always, guys, you know, whenever I do these type of shows, right, I usually get a ton of questions. So go ahead and have your questions ready, guys. We're going to do a live Q&A at the bottom of the hour. If you are watching the show on Instagram and you think that you're going to have a question or anything like that, come on over to YouTube. That's where I answer all of the coaches' questions on the YouTube side. Just come on over, type in Coach Beast, and you can join us on that side. Now, if you don't think you have any questions, no problem. Stay on IG, my guy, and enjoy the show, guys. And I'm excited, man. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to get into the show, but you already know what time it is. It's time to rep your city. So what I want you to do in the comments is put where you're from, your city, your state, and let me know what team you are coaching this season. Let me know. Let's go ahead and drop it so I can give you guys a shout out. Shout out to you, Coach Joshua. Yeah, man, I've been back, man. I came back last week. So, yeah, man, we back at it. We back at it. Shout out to, let me see that, Pride by Pack TV. Coach Beast, what's up, my guy? What's up? How you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Y'all drop y'all cities. I want to know. Shout out to Coach Chris from Oakdale, California in the house. What's going on? Shout out to Coach Jordan Scott that's joining us. Shout out to you, Coach. Shout out to you. Let me see. Who else we got? Coach Nelson, what's up, my guy? All the way from Detroit, Michigan. How you doing, Coach, man? We got Coach Nate in the house, my guy, representing the CNA Wolfpack from North Little Rock, Arkansas. We got, let's see, Coach Marv in the house, man. Shout out to you, brother, man. Miss you too, man. He's coming from Seaside, California, representing the Seaside Raiders in the house. Let's see, Coach Pride is in ATL, representing ATL. He's looking to get into his first, it's his first year. Man, you in the right place, bro. You in the right place, man. I'm excited. I love my first timers, man, because I remember when I first started coaching and I didn't have no mentorship whatsoever. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I love helping my first timers out. Coach Vincent in the house. Shout out to you, Coach B, represent his 10U Wildcats team. Let's see here. Javon, man, appreciate the love. He says, happy birthday, champ, from Coach J out of Rockwall, Texas. Yeah, for you guys who didn't know, man, I had a birthday yesterday. And I wanted to actually do a show. As you guys know, the show is only on Wednesdays now, and we moved the time to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I wanted to do like a birthday show, but I wasn't feeling well. My health is kind of all over the place right now, but we're working it out. But, man, I'm mad about that. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this in advance, okay? And I want y'all to hold me to this, all right, what I'm about to say. I want to have a birthday party next year, right? But I want to invite all of you guys, all of the coaches who have supported me, who've been with me this whole time, right? I want to have a birthday party with you guys and celebrate my birthday. That'd be my 39th birthday if God see fit for me to be here that long, right? So you are invited to the birthday party that I'm going to have around this time next year. So that's something I'm really pumped about. Let me continue to give you guys shout outs. Let's see. Coach Garza, representing D 806 Lubbock, Texas. Oh, you're president of the Warrior Football League. Oh, this show is perfect for you, bro. This is going to be a fun show for you. Let's see. We got Coach Lawrence in the house, all the way from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, representing his Louisiana Ducks. Shout out to you. And another thing, too, guys, and Miss Beast, if you're watching the show, give me a water. Give me a water, Miss Beast. So I may kind of go in and out of the show, guys, because of the way my body has been fluctuating. So if I pause the show, don't hold it to me. I just got to get my bearings straight, okay? All right, let's see. We got Dylan Sellers in the house. Oh, I got birthdays. I'm doing shout-outs, but all I'm seeing is birthday wishes, man. Appreciate it, guys. Much love, much love. Thank you, Miss Beast. All right, y'all bear with me. If y'all ready to get this show on the road, give me a hell yeah. If y'all ready to get the show on the road, give me a hell yeah in the comments. And again, guys, y'all bear with me. My breathing and all of that stuff is kind of crazy, out of whack. All right. Oh, yeah, we got the Northport Wildcats in the house. Let's pay a few bills real quick before we get the show started. This episode is brought to you by Beast Out You, the ultimate resource for youth football coaches who want to dominate the game. Whether you're looking for winning playbooks, powerful formations, or expert coaching strategies, Beast Out You has you covered. And as you guys know, the Beast Unleashed Playbook Bundle is 80% off. All right, guys? All right. Let's get to it. So let me kind of start here, guys. On the show last week, we talked all things youth football structure, and I want to continue to talk about this. And I want to know in the comments, guys, let me know who's actually the president of an entire program, not just coaching a team, but the president of an entire program. Let me know, guys. Let me know. And put a 2 in the comments if you're just coaching a youth football team. Nobody's wrong either way, okay? I just want to know who I'm talking to today. And so we can kind of put things in perspective. I posted last week's show was really good. Them Judases was a good tidbit. Yeah, man. Them Judases, no joke, bro. Them Judases are no joke. Hey, guys, I want y'all to give me a minute. Let me take this hoodie off for a sec, guys. Kind of give myself some air and some regulation real quick. Y'all give me 1 sec, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. I apologize for the delay. So, one of the side effects that I've been dealing with my health is anxiety. Anxiety. And literally, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, right? I could be watching a movie and boom, I have like an anxiety attack. So my body's kind of fluctuating right now, guys. And I don't know why it's fluctuating. I usually don't get nervous on these shows. I actually get excited and pumped. And that's probably what kind of triggering it a little bit. So y'all just bear with me a little bit and all of that good stuff. And, it's funny because I'm supposed to be going to the doctor on the 25th of this month to see a cardiologist. I was like having chest pains and stuff like that. And the initial doctor, he don't see anything, wrong, abnormal, but for some reason I keep having these little triggers, right? So we trying to kind of get to the bottom of that to kind of see what's going on, guys, what's going on. So y'all bear with me. If I pause the show or if I have to end the show, you guys kind of know what's going on. Okay, guys. So just a FYI there, just a FYI. All right, so let's get into it. So here's the big thing when it comes down to your program structure, okay? And there's two ways to look at this thing, all right? The first graph you see here, guys, this is my structure with me being over the entire program, okay? Not just one team, but literally over the entire program. And just to give like a really quick review of things, in my program, I'm not only the head coach, but I'm the athletic director of the program. So I put out the big fires, in other words, right? I put out the big wildfires. I oversee all the vision of the program, the funding, the initiatives that we're trying to do, the whole 9 yards. So it's not just football related, with what we're doing. We're actually trying to grow and expand in the community in at large, right? And then I have, of course, my VP and I have my cheer director. Now we're like the trifecta. I call us the Trinity of the organization because everything pretty much runs through us as that head, right, of the program. And like I tell you guys all the time, I strongly recommend you have both a football and cheer program. It's absolutely vital to have a football and cheer program because when you do, guess what? You attract girls, but guess what girls have? They have cousins who are males, right? They have their moms have cousins who have sons, right? They got first, second, third, fifth, 100 cousins, right? That are boys that have come to your program. And I'm telling you guys, we've been able to grow like a third of our program just with having girls, doing cheerleading. Like it's like that big of a deal. Okay. And let's just say, for example, you don't know who you want to be a cheer director. Your wife don't want to do it. You got a sister who, don't want to do it. Look, the person don't have to have cheer experience. They just have to have the ability to lead and to learn and really administrate. Like the first time we did a cheer program, my sister did it. She never cheered. My sister was a softball player and a basketball player. But she took over the program. She did great. And then we had eventually got a cheer director who had cheer experience, okay? So make sure that you focus on getting a cheer director. So I'm about to switch here, and we're going to go more micro today, okay? I just showed you the macro chart. This is the micro chart, okay? So first things first, guys. So what you want to do is be the head coach of your program, of course, but you want to make sure you have a team mom in place, okay? Make sure you have a team mom in place. I won't lie, guys, for years, I was the head coach, I was the team mom, I refuse to be the cheer director because that's what Coach Beast don't do. I don't I don't cheer. But I was the head coach and the team mom. Now, to make this simple, the duty of the team mom in your program, her entire job is to focus on non-football related activities. In other words, her job is to make your job easier. You got me? You don't have to worry about the waters. You don't have to worry about parents complaint. You know, Miss Beast, the team mom of our program, and I have her deal with all the women. She deal with all the women. I deal with all the guys. And we like it that way because I don't have to deal with, the women got a problem with, she don't like the jersey color, or she want to know if her son can wear Under Armour socks instead of Nike socks. Miss Beast handle all of that BS, okay? And I'm able to keep the main thing, focus on football, focus on the X's and O's, things of that nature. Does that make sense? Put a one in the comments if that. No, give me a hell yeah, guys. I need some energy. Give me a hell yeah if that's all making sense right now. Y'all let me know. And y'all bear with me, man. I'm trying to push through this thing. It's a grind. There we go. Hey, let me ask y'all this. Is there anybody else who deal with anxiety or anything like that? I'm curious, just curious. And what's funny is I never dealt with anxiety like that in my life. I think I had one other anxiety attack when I was like 19, right? When I was like 19. And then all of a sudden, probably the last month or 2 months, guys, y'all been with me this whole time. Like 2 months, I just been having them like back to back, right? Wow, man, I'm shocked, man. A lot of you guys deal with it. Wow. I didn't know that. Let's see. Yeah, man. So it's crazy, so I've been having them randomly. I had like a really bad one kind of last night. I couldn't sleep. It was just weird. Let's see here. Get you a handheld fidget. I will do that. I will definitely do that. As a matter of fact, let me get my football real quick. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, get my little makeshift football real quick. That'll help. Yeah, so I just been dealing with it, and like I've been good all day. This was crazy. So, and by the way, guys, if you have any questions, let me know as we go along here, okay? We'll just do questions now. We'll start our questions, and we're just gonna kind of, y'all help Coach Beast out a little bit. I'm gonna teach this lesson on structure, but I want to kind of answer your questions along the way. Let's see here. Yeah, coach, they thought I was having a heart attack and it was a panic attack. Yep. Same, man. Same thing, man. And that's what sent me to the ER. I thought I was having a heart attack, and they said it was anxiety attack, but they want to get me checked. And yeah, man, so it's whole 9 yards. All right, Bo says, Coach, quick question. What are your biggest preseason priorities for your team? Great question. So for me, there are three big ones, okay, Coach? Number one, scouting, okay? I want to go ahead and start getting some of the best available players out there in my community. So what we tend to do is we'll do spring camps, right? So we usually do spring camps March and April. Okay, we do our spring camps March and April, and these camps are like fundamental fun camps. We're not thinking about taking, we ain't technical right now, right? We want the kids to like us, know, like, and trust our program, and we want the parents to know, like, and trust our program as well, right? So we focus on that, number one. Number two, like literally what we'll be doing right now is getting ready for our summer workouts. Now, our summer workouts start usually the last week of May or the first week of June. We used to do the last week of May until we started getting parents and kids said, well, we going on vacation. So we said, okay, to hell with it. We'll start the first week of June. And that's when we start to get really serious with our conditioning. We start to installing just very simple things that, we can do in terms of like mindset, the structure, and hey, no big deal, Bo, man. But yeah, so we work on, making sure the kids understand basic things. We start with blocking, tackling. We break that stuff down really slow. No pads, okay? Literally, it's 80% conditioning, 20% implementation at that point. Okay. And then number three, now we're getting into our assimilation process, so to speak. This is where, it's late July, early August. Now we getting the rest of our kids who want to play football. And now we're going balls to the wall as it relates to our practices, our practice structure, the things that we do to really dominate and really kind of get our kids ready to compete. Typically in our league, it'd be like the first week of September, get our kids ready to compete and do our thing. So that's kind of our 3-step process on that, Coach. Great question. Scout the community, get parents to know, like, and trust our program. Yep. That's what you should do. If you haven't started doing that now, you still got time to do football camps and stuff now. A lot of teams already doing their camps, but you want to go ahead and jump on getting kids to know your program, getting parents to know your program. Also, you guys should be on social media right now, telling people you started a football team. They should see your logo. They should see you. They should know who you are. You need to do it, because if you don't do it, if they don't know you, I'm telling you right now that they're going to put their kids in another program. And then you're going to come to me and you're going to say, hey, Coach Beast, how am I going to teach my kids how to block? All of them are 12U, but they're only 80 pounds because you're left with the runts. Y'all got me? You don't want to do that. See, a lot of guys start late, and all the I ain't going to say the good kids, I don't want to put it like that, but all the, I say all the partially to more trained kids are already on teams now. And you don't want to do that. Y'all got me? Don't put yourself in a position by, 1st of August, you trying to scrape kids up to block. And most of your kids are what I call D-tier players, which are being developmental players. Y'all got me? Miss Beast made a great point here. She said we also visit local neighborhoods and pass out flyers. Yeah, we do. Local kids would be playing in the park and coach would just talk to them. Build relationships with them so they can trust you. 1,000%. Now, I tell you guys this. I started doing that like March. Sometimes I do it February, right? So I would start with like going to communities, man. I go to the hood. I go to the suburbs. I go to affluent neighborhoods. I don't give a damn, right? I'm going to those communities. I'm passing out flyers. I'm talking to parents and I'm talking to kids, right? And see, now, y'all, we have a major advantage. You can put a QR code on your flyers, guys, and all the parent got to do is take a picture of that QR code and they can go straight to your website or whatever you got set up, and they can get information. They can pre-register the kids. That's something that I do as well, guys. I pre-register the kids and things of that nature. And that way, now I can communicate with the parents from the time we've done a count in March or April, right? We from that point, we can now I can kind of put them kind of on the, I ain't gonna say the back burner, but I can kind of put them over to the side, and I can reach back out to them now in May to say, hey, we have summer workouts. We'd love for your kid to come. He's invited. Right? And that's how we do it. And Lawrence, you just said something that I was about to say. We go to the schools as well. We'll go to the schools in March and April, build that relationship, get the permission from the principals. And you see what I said, principals, right? Because I go to multiple schools. I just don't go to the school that we're in, right? I go to schools all over the place, okay, in our region to give out flyers. Now, in my experience, you'll have schools that's so happy to do it, and they will be a partner with you, and then you'll go to some schools where they don't want to see you. They think you're trying to do something. They're rude, they're disrespectful, and they're full of you know what. So don't worry about those schools who won't accept you. Focus on the schools that will. I would say out of, let's say, the 10 schools that I may go to, I may have 1 or 2 schools that are full of crap, right? And where they treat you rudely. Guys, I'll never forget. I never forget that I went to this school. Oh, man, I got 2 stories that just hit me. I remember going to this school, trying to reach out. And it literally, as soon as I came in the office, the lady was like, what you want? What you want, huh? Oh, we don't do that. We don't do flyers. Our kids don't need football. Our kids don't want football. Just rude. And then I'm like, when she got rude, when she got the attitude, I was like, hey, how are you doing today? You know, are you okay? Some will be rude to you like that. And then I remember another school, guys, I went to, and this is a really good one. The school I went to out here in the country, and I'm gonna call them out because they were really low down. Vance Elementary, I'm gonna call them out. It's been a few years ago, but I went to that school with my flyers, and the lady, the front desk said, oh, we don't do that. We have to get permission from the superintendent to give out flyers. I said, oh, really? And I said, you talking about Mr. Johnson, the superintendent? Oh, I already got permission from him. And she looked at me like, she wasn't expecting me to say that. Because see, this is the thing about me. I work in the community, right? See, people will look at you and they'll say, oh, this just a youth football coach. If they're not thinking something even darker, right? Oh, this dude just trying to get the kids or whatever. People are full of shit. Let me just put it like that, right, guys? A lot of people are full of crap. So she wasn't expecting me to say, oh, yeah, Mr. Johnson, the superintendent, yeah, he gave me permission. Eyes bugged. And then I got my phone. I got my phone, guys. And then I showed her the email that the superintendent gave me permission. And she was floored. So she got the flyers. I still don't think she gave the flyers to the kids or anything like that. I just don't, you know. Shout out to you, Coach Parker, man. How you doing, bro? Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, man. People are super rude. People are super rude. All right, guys. So, man, thank y'all for the questions. Y'all are helping me. Y'all helping me kind of mosey on along here today. I appreciate that. So let's get back to the structure here real quick. So when I'm running my team, guys, not the program, but the team, this is my structure. I'm the head coach. I have team mom. Then I have a cheer director, or we call them cheer moms at the team level, okay? Then I have an assistant coach, usually kind of my right-hand guy. And then what I do different from probably 90% of you guys, but that'll probably change after this year, is I have an offensive analyst, defensive analyst, and then I have an offensive and defensive line analyst. Usually that person handles both duties, okay? And then in terms of the strength and conditioning and recovery, I'm over that, okay? So if you're not over your strength and conditioning, you could put somebody over that as well, okay, guys? So the job of the offensive analyst, and this way you really want to kind of take notes on this, okay? Or at least watch the replay after the show is over, is the job of the offensive analyst is to, during games, they are going to analyze the opposing team's offense, what they're running, who are their best players. Usually I like to know who's the best, what type of quarterback it is and who's their best athlete on the field. Okay, that's his job. The defensive analyst's job is to assess the opposing team's defense. Same thing. Who are their dogs? Who are their best players? The whole 9 yards. Then with the offensive line, defensive line analysts, their job is to assess, hey, what are the best players on their offensive line? What are the best players on their defensive lines? So on and so forth. Okay, that makes sense, guys? Are y'all with me? If that makes sense, give me a 1 in the comments. And guys, also hit that like button for me if you haven't already, man. Y'all will be doing me a solid, man. Y'all definitely got to hit that like button today, because my breathing, we're going to stop what we're doing right now. We're going to hit that like button. Let's hit that like button. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. And thank you guys again for the birthday wishes, man. I wish I could have got on the show and did the show yesterday, man. I wanted to, but hey, I think I'm serious about saying I'm going to do a birthday party. I don't know where yet, but it's going to be like a coaches meetup, and we're going to do a birthday party. I'm really, I already talked to Ms. Beast about it. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Man, appreciate you, Bo. Man, I appreciate you. And guys, and tell me this too, man. I'm thinking about doing more little pop-ups like this, not the official show, but like these little crash lessons. Would y'all like that? Now, in order to catch them, y'all need to hit the notification bell, because they're going to be like little pop-ups. Because sometimes I'm walking and I could talk to you guys while I'm walking and working out and stuff like that. So let's get back to it with the analyst. So for those who don't know, the reason why I decided to kind of go the route of the analyst, because when I first started coaching, guys, I had a lot of bad coaches. I had guys trying to take over the program. I had guys trying to call the plays when they wasn't the offensive coordinator. You know, I can literally do a whole show on what type of coaches not to get. Okay. Because look, there's two people in your program that's going to give you the highest chance of having a nightmare season. And we don't want nightmare seasons. We talking about Judas's last show. You don't want your assistant coaches to give you a nightmare season, or your parents. Okay. Now, when a parent, singular, is giving you a problem, you can attack that issue, okay? Attack that issue fast. But if you don't address that issue with that parent, what they can do is spread lies and bullcrap about you to the other parents. And before you know it, you got a whole group of parents trying to get you out of the program, and you don't even know what the hell you did wrong. You don't even know what you did. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing. You want to make sure that you address issues with the parents as fast as possible, and you're going to eliminate a lot of it in that first parents meeting once you address that whole situation. Guys, I have to stop real quick. We got a super chat in the house. Shout out to you, Coach Demond. Did I say that right, man? Thank you so much, man, for the super chat. I really appreciate that, man. He says, hi, Coach. I used to coach youth football in the Houston area. I haven't coached in 20 years. I'm 45 now, and I miss coaching the kids every year. I'm about it, but never go through it. Should you coach again? Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. As a matter of fact, I tell the guys in my program, all the time, when you first start coaching, you're going to get bit with the coach's bug. How many of you guys got the coach's bug? The coach's bug is when you first start coaching, and no matter how tough that season was, how many games you won, how many games you lost, you ready to coach again the next year. And it may not come back immediately after the season's over because you have to be pressed, right? But by the time January hit, let's say that your season ended in November, by the time January hit, you ready, man, you're ready to coach again. How many of you guys got the coach's bug? And see, I coached youth football for 15 years. And kid you guys not, man, I've had the coach's bug probably this last week or two. I haven't coached youth football in a couple of years now. But, man, I'm here to tell you, like, I was talking to my buddy who's a high school football coach. We was texting back and forth, and I put this, I made this little AI emoji of me coaching at my old high school where I played, and I put, like, what if? And people was going crazy, like, man, do it. We need you, coach. We need you, Coach Beast. Like, people like going crazy with that picture, right? And I'm over here talking to Miss Beast. I said, man, maybe I should go and coach at the high school level this year. Maybe I should just do it, And my buddy that's a high school football coach, he said, bro, you need to do it. Like, you're perfect for the job, But hey, when you got that coach's bug, coach, it's hard to let it go. And sometimes, coach, maybe you need to just get in there, coach, one more year, right? To see kind of where you are and everything. Because, I love coaching you guys and mentoring you guys nowadays more than I even like getting out there and coaching youth football. I love coaching and helping you guys help your teams. That's my passion now, But, last year I was able to coach my daughter's volleyball team. And, dude, I loved it. And that was my first year ever coaching volleyball. And we was pretty good. We ended number 4 in the league, 4 out of 9. I'll take that. And most of my girls never played volleyball, including my daughter. So I'll take that. That was fun. Coach said I get it every year around July. Yep. When I smell fresh cut grass, it takes me back to my youth. Yeah, my youth and my coach days in South Houston. Yeah, bro. I mean, one thing I learned, guys, your intuition will tell you when you should start back coaching or when you should quit coaching. That's something I learned. Like, it got to the point, and this is me being so transparent with you guys. It got to the point with me to where, I knew that I was growing so much as a coach in terms of my experience and my knowledge and my relationships that I had built, that it just made more sense to me to coach at the high school level or even college level, opposed to staying at the youth football level. So I got to the point where it was just like, I'm done with youth football. I'm going to give back and I'm going to help other youth football coaches. I'm going to go all in and help other youth football coaches win more games and score more points and use my experience and expertise to help you guys. You know what I mean? And so, that's kind of where I'm at today. Like, I want to coach. I mean, I'll always be a coach, but I love coaching you guys more than anything. I'm glad you guys are talking and networking and all of that good stuff. Let's see. Coach, they had the bug since December. And y'all bear with me, guys. I'm working through my little anxiety issue I got going on here. And I am planning, guys, to go to a doctor to kind of get treated for it or see what the hell's going on with me with that. Like, I've never been through this kind of stuff before, not so consistent, where, man, I can be sitting eating popcorn and watching a movie, and a crunch of the popcorn drive me into anxiety, man. It's the weirdest crap I ever seen before in my life. I hope I'm doing good though, guys. I hope I'm helping you guys and giving you guys some value. All right, guys. So let me address this last part right here on the graph with the drill coaches, because the drill coaches, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I like my drill coaches. If I had like one assistant coach and everybody else drill coaches, I'll be so happy, right? My drill coach's job is very simple. Their job is they help with the cones, they help with to facilitate the drills in terms of like holding pads, moving pads. A lot of these guys are dads who either played football or didn't play football, and they don't want to really coach, but they want to help, right? I love those dudes. Because literally when I get out my truck, they go and get the pads off my truck. I don't even ask. They just go and get it. They set up all the stations. They set up all the drill stations, and they like it's like this funny. It's like me having AI, like having an AI bot, and the AI bot already know what to do. You know what I mean? So if you don't have drill coaches, and let me know in the comments if you guys have had drill coaches last year. Let me know. And if so, let me know how many drill coaches y'all had in the comments. I appreciate that, Vincent. Appreciate that, brother. Wish you the best. Wish the best for you, Coach Beast, with your health. Miss Beast needs you around, and you owe it to your family. You right, bro? You right, man. 100%. Hey, I can't even talk about that, man. That'll get me all emotional and stuff right there. You're right, though. 1000%. But yeah, guys, let me know how many drill coaches do you have? If you don't have a drill coach, that's okay. Put zero. Put zero. Let me know. Oh, that's a good one. Coach Jacob got a great question. He want to know, how do you handle parents given a nightmare season by not bringing kids to practice? Oh my God, this is a great one. Okay, so let me take a deep breath on that one. Right? So it's funny that you say that, because I've noticed this trend with the parents that if, let's say you have a parents meeting, I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. In my parents meeting, I let my parents know, if you don't bring little Johnny to practice, he's going to miss a quarter. If you don't bring him to practice 2 times in a row, he's going to miss a half. If you don't bring him to practice three times or the entire week, he's not going to play. Very simple. They know this. They signed the contract, the whole 9 yards. And I'm here to tell you, these parents will still try you, right? I've had parents who would not bring their kid to practice, and they'll make up some BS excuse. Oh, he had a birthday party today. a birthday party and you let me know this 5 minutes before practice, you know, and they'll try you. When they try you, coach, let them try you. What you need to do is not let that kid play. Simple as that. If that, whatever, let me put it like this, whatever your agreement is, like I said, if the kid don't come to one practice, he's not going to play the first half. I don't care what that mama or daddy say. You got me? And some parents will try to be spiteful and they won't bring the kid the whole week, but then he's out there ready to play on game day. Unless he got a Game Boy or a Nintendo Switch, that's the only thing he's going to be playing because he's going to be on the bench. Because it's not fair to all the other kids who bust their tail and make it to practice. It's not fair to the parents who pay for their kid to play and the kid busts their tail and the other parent just trying to prove a point. Now, I'm going to say this, and I may get in trouble for saying it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I run into that problem 100% with the moms more than I do the dads. I don't run into that problem with the dads that much. I do run into that problem with the moms 100% of the time. You know what I mean? So just be mindful. Usually when these parents do this kind of crap, they're trying to test you, coach. Don't let them test you. And Coach Ben made a great point. Coach Ben says it has to be addressed before the season starts. 100%. You got to set the tone, coach, at your first parents meeting before you do your practices. If you don't, man, they're going to be left to assume everything. If you don't have, and if you have a parents meeting and you're just Mr. Nice Guy, yeah, it's okay if this happened. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Hunky dory. Yeah. Them dirty parents, them negative parents, they're going to test you. Because a lot of people, I hate to say this, they'll take your kindness for a weakness and they'll test you. Your assistant coaches will do that too. I don't care if it's your best friend. I don't care if it's your compadre. I don't care if it's your homeboy. Y'all played football together. Y'all won a state championship together. If you show weakness, they will try you and test you. And if you fail their test, they will begin to slowly try to bully you and take over your program or take over the decision-making power. And that's when you run into problems. Y'all got me? Coach Parker says, just a quick statement. Not sure if there are coaches here from Alabama, but my team will be playing in the All the Smoke tournament in Birmingham this summer. Okay, right down the street from me, coach. Come out to support all teams. Oh, that's cool, man. Where in Birmingham will y'all be playing, coach? I may do a pop-up, man. I may do a pop-up. Coach Nielsen says had a toxic toxic dad. Had a toxic dad, freaking unbearable. Hey, look, guys, I'm here to tell you, man, I've had toxic coaches. I've had toxic moms, toxic dads. I've had some toxic kids. Usually, this is my thing, though, with the kids. You can have a difficult kid, but I love dealing with difficult kids. They're usually not the problem. They need guidance, right? They need guidance. It's the parents and the coaches for me. I've had teen moms I had to dismiss. You know, I've dismissed so many coaches. I had a family member I had to dismiss as a coach. Out of control. And Coach Vincent hit the nail on the head. He says, make a contract, have the parents sign it. Facts. If you guys are in my OT coaches membership, I actually got a parents code of conduct contract that you guys can just download for free and just use that. Just go by my contract. if you want to go that route. If not, man, you can use AI to do your contract the exact way you want it, literally in 60 seconds. So, if y'all want to get a contract, just let me know. I can send it over, no problem. Oh, and I see someone. Okay. Yeah, do that, Coach. Coach Parker, do that. Make sure you send me the flyer, brother. And then there's another thing, guys, as it relates to the contract, is that I send a copy of the contract to my league office, and I make sure our contract is in line with the league's contract, right? Because the league, mostly, at least our league, I can't speak for every league, but our league will have their own kind of parent code of conduct they have to sign. So we will have all of the clauses that's in the parent code of conduct for the league, but at the same time, we'll add a few of our things in there as well. So it covers all the bases, right? And so when a parent, and I've had this happen where a parent, I wish I can remember this person, Miss Beast, don't know if you remember, but I had a parent go to the league, and this may be before you came, Miss Beast. I had a parent goes to the league office and said that I didn't play their kid, and it's because the kid didn't show up to practice all week. And I got a call from the league, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry, I put her in a place. I'll let her know that you got to bring your kid to practice to play," and pointed out the contract. I ran into that problem, and it's funny because that parent didn't stop bringing her kid 2 weeks later, a week or two later, something like that. Coach, you want to know how do you go about finding a league? So I've searched in my area and haven't found any in Conroe, Texas area. Usually, Coach, you can do a Google search of youth football leagues in your city, or I would even go to your rec league. If y'all got like a rec office, usually the rec would know. But usually it's pretty easy nowadays, Coach. If you do a Google or Facebook search, you can find teams, even if it's not in your city or your town per se, but maybe the next town over. Usually you can find a league. You may have to drive a little bit, but you should be able to find something that way. As a matter of fact, Coach, Coach Ben just did you a solid. He said he just did a quick search, Montgomery County, Texas, youth football, and found the league. Boom, there you go. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Yes, sir. That's what it's about, us helping each other. I love it. I love it. There you go, Coach. That's what it's about. And look, guys, Miss Beast, she got me a stream deck for my birthday, okay? I'm able to do my celebration noises and sounds and stuff now. I haven't had time to integrate it yet with this platform, but by the time we do the next show, this should be fully integrated, and we can really celebrate these moments, right? I can't wait to use this thing. I was trying to get it together, but it had me talking like a clown. So I had to disconnect it so I don't sound silly on here. I'll really be having a panic attack. All right, guys. So it's a few more things I want to get to, guys, before we end the show. Again, guys, if you have questions, feel free to drop your questions, guys. I want to make sure that I'm able to answer as many questions as possible. And, y'all actually helping me a lot with answering your questions. I feel like I can breathe a little bit, so I appreciate that. So let's talk about what I look for when I'm choosing my assistant coaches and drill coaches. All right. This is a good one. Number one thing I'm looking for is their character. I'm assessing their character. I want to know who this person is. So before I say, yay, I need to know this dude got a rep in the streets with selling drugs. Does this guy, and we're not talking about background checks. That goes without saying. In our league, we do background checks. You got to pass the background check, period, right? But beside that, I'm looking for the character. I want to know what people in the community say about this guy. Is he a police officer, firefighter? Is he a good police officer? Is he a good firefighter? Is he a good businessman? You know, is he a good dad? Like, I'm assessing these things. I'm getting intel, right? And then, yeah, I will evaluate his experience. Now, in my program, you don't have to have a hell of a lot of coaching experience. I take character over, coaching experience any day of the goddamn week, okay? Because some of the best coaches I ever had in my programs were guys who were humble. They may have played football in middle school or high school or whatever, but they are humble, respectful men and men of high character, okay? What I've learned, too, is you can get a guy who's, coached 5 youth football teams in the past, won 25 championships. And if he lead with that coming to me, you want to coach in my program, I automatically put a red flag on him. And I've yet to have one of them a part of my program, one of those type of guys. Okay. Not saying they're not a bad guy, but I don't want to know you won 25 championships. I don't want to know you've been a part of 8, 9, 10 youth football programs. Then why aren't you, if you have won that much, why in the hell aren't you coaching high school or college or JV or middle school? Why aren't you going up the ranks? Why are you coming with all this ego and bravado, right? I don't hire those guys. I don't want them to be a part of our program because we're not about that in our program. We're about turning our kids into winners in life, not just on the football field, but in life. We're big on character development, leadership, teamwork, hard work, sportsmanship, character, you name it. Those are the things we care about in our program. We're not just about winning. We're about results, meaning that maybe we get a team that's not a championship caliber team, but they maximize their potential that year. They may, we may not be a championship team, but we may be a 6-2 team. We maximize our outcomes, right? That's what I'm about. I'm about results. Our kids being developed into the best versions of themselves so they can be successful people in life and understand what hard work is all about. And then, guys, I conduct interviews. Now, again, maybe this goes into my college degree. I got a background in human resource management. I used to be a hiring manager. So this kind of goes into my skill set of that. It's that usually when a guy want to be a part of our coaching program, I will interview him. And not saying sitting at a desk interviewing them, but I will have that talk by my truck, or I will tell them to come, hey, can you come 30 minutes before practice? If they don't come 30 minutes before practice, they already screwed up. You got me? If our practice is at 5, look, can you come at 4:30? And if they show up at 4:45, 4:50, it's over. They already messed up. Y'all got me? So make sure that you're proofing these guys when you are selecting your assistant coaches. The same thing goes, let me do this. I want to get ahead of myself. One thing that's really critical that you want to assess is their availability. Check their availability. It's not a deal breaker for us if the guy is only able to make it once or twice a week, maybe because he have to work or something like that. But I need to know his schedule, and I need to know he's committed to the team, because not only am I'm depending on him, but my players are depending on him. One of the things I hate to answer at practice is a kid come to me and say, where's Coach Smith at today? And if Coach Smith didn't show up just because he didn't want to come to practice or whatever, and he didn't let me know, like, when a kid asks me that, I'm like, shit, I want to know too. I want to know what Coach Smith said today, right? So availability is extremely important to me. And then you want to define the responsibilities of that assistant coach, right? Like, let him know what you need of him. Be crystal clear about this, because if you don't, he can overstep his bounds. He can cross over into your lane, and now you got friction with this coach because there was no clear responsibilities and boundaries set in play. My guys know, if you are O-line, let's just say if you are the offensive strategist, you focus on offensive things. If you're the defensive strategist, you focus on defensive things. Everybody know I call the plays on offense and defense. I call it directing the traffic. I direct the traffic. And they already know not to come to me and say, hey, coach, man, run 38 toss, coach. I will look at him like he done lost his mind. And, you know, I kind of got this reputation here. They call me Nick Saban. And they call me Nick Saban because they know I have no problem telling a coach to step back and get in his lane in a respectful way. But I will get on him. I will chew him out. And that's just the way I am with this. That's just who I am as a person. I'm big on accountability. Even if it's me, hold me accountable. But, you know, I'm really crystal clear and over communicate with my coaches, their role, their responsibilities. Don't disrespect, you know, each other. Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect parents. I'm big on respect. That's just the way I was raised, right? Being said, one of the worst coaches in our league was a published author of a Texas football book. He was also, he was all about winning at any cost. Disrespected the refs, coaches, parents, etc. Yeah. See it all the time, man. Like, one thing I learned about being a winner is that it's about having winning habits and being consistent. It's not about being a dick all the time, right? If I'm not happy with something here, don't get me wrong. Everybody in the house will know if Coach B's not happy, you know? But everybody knows my standard and my expectation within my home, within everything I do in my business, with the way I conduct myself out in public. Like, it's hard to put some on Coach Beast because Coach Beast is so consistent with how his daily habits are that if you say something that Coach Beast did, I know you're lying, because 9 times out of 10, I'm at the house. I'm always at the house. I'm always working. If I'm not working, I'm spending time with my family, right? So you just have to have the right habits and have the right people in your program that follows your vision, your leadership, and your coaching philosophy, which is something we're going to talk about on a later show, where I'm going to help you guys really develop pristine coaching philosophy so people can get on your ship. And then you're able to filter out people who just cannot get with you. Because you will run into people who they just don't align with your philosophy. And if they don't, let them go, because if you don't, they're going to lose respect for you and you're going to lose respect for them. Think about it, coaches. How many of you guys have been an assistant coach and you started to lose respect for the head coach because you just didn't agree with the way he coached? You didn't agree with his leadership or his play calling or his philosophy? Let me know in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments if you've been in that position. Put a 1 in the comments. Because I'm here to tell you, like, I was an offensive coordinator. I had just moved from Tuscaloosa to the Birmingham metro area. And I became an offensive coordinator in a program. And I just could not stay in that program because it was so much bickering back and forth between the assistant coaches that I didn't want to have anything to do with all that negativity and that drama, because I don't like drama. Can't stand drama. And, you know, you had coaches trying to tell me how to coach. You know, you had the defensive coordinator and the strength and conditioning guy going at it with each other. Like, it was just ridiculous. You had the parents bickering back and forth. They managing us as the coaches like they're, you know, the board. Like, it's been crazy. Lawrence says not necessarily a coach, but the head of the organization. That's why I started him out. And you know what? If y'all don't leave with anything else, I want y'all to leave with this. Okay? Because I get this question a lot. Coach, what do I do if I don't agree with the head coach of my son's program? Start your own program. Huh? Really? Yeah, just start your own program. Or go to a program that you align more with. That's a little bit more difficult, in my opinion, to do. Just because, you know, hey, Demond, I'm going to answer that in a minute. That's a good question. But yeah, guys, like, just start your own program. I tell coaches this all the time. If you're an assistant coach and you are like an assistant coach in a program where you don't really vibe with the head coach, okay, start your own program, start your own team. And that way, number one, you're able to create your own team, own culture, own coaching philosophy, whole 9 yards, right? Now, mind you, I will tell you, when you do this, you're probably going to have an assistant coach or two that don't agree with your philosophy, and that's fine. They can go and start their own team, and that's okay. Like, I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that sometimes when you don't align with certain people, especially with the core values of how you want to coach or how an organization should be ran, that may be a sign that you either need to start your own team or join another team that align more with what you want to do, you know, or how you think a program should be ran. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Y'all got me? Nothing wrong with that. Now, I would always tell you guys to start your own program, and, you know, I'm here for you to help you every step of the way. It's just like the Coach Beast show, guys, right? Like, you guys wouldn't be watching this show if you didn't align with me, right? In some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion, right? There's other content creators, you know, out there who you could be watching or listening to, but you chose to be on the Coach Beast show and spend this hour 15 minutes with me, right? It's the same thing. Why do I want to watch a show that I don't agree with somebody on? You know, I mean, we know the internet is undefeated with haters, and some people surf the web looking for people to hate on and to troll. You know, I hate it for their existence and their life, because I refuse to be a grown man looking for people to troll. But it's something about me that aligns with you, right? And so you come on and you anticipate the show. And I appreciate it, by the way. It's the same thing when you're trying to find your program, guys. You know, if you don't agree with the dude, you better leave, because if you don't, you're going to start losing respect for him. He's going to start losing respect for you. Now it's tension. Now y'all getting into it. Now y'all about to fight. Now, you know, now it's really bad fallout. You don't have to do that. And Coach, you wanted to know, do I have a Discord channel? I don't, man. I don't. It's funny you say that, though, because I keep seeing content creators talk about their Discord channels. I haven't even researched Discord, but I am planning to research it. I'm mainly on, you know, YouTube. I got the show on YouTube. IG is my biggest channel. I got 158,000 followers on IG, 35,000 followers on TikTok. I think I got almost 16,000 on Threads. And, you know, I'm not on Facebook as much as I used to be. I kind of got my start on YouTube and Facebook. And then I started to pivot over to TikTok. Then IG took off for me like crazy. But now I'm on YouTube now I'm on YouTube and IG more than anything. And now I'm starting to kind of, post a little bit more on Facebook, but I am looking at Discord as well. And I think that's something I need to, maybe consider starting a channel, especially when I start, feeling a lot better. All right, guys. So we're in the overtime. We're about 10 minutes in the overtime. And what I want to do, guys, before I end the show, and we're gonna do a part 3 on this, because there are a few more things that I want to discuss with you guys. Definitely when I'm better, in better health, for sure. But what I want to do for the next 4 or 5 minutes here is, if there's any questions that you guys may have, feel free to go ahead and drop them in the comments, okay? If you're watching this on Instagram, which it look like most of my Instagram people have already came over to the YouTube side, which is awesome, go ahead and drop your question below. I want to be able to answer any questions. Give me some good ones, guys. Give me a juicy question. And by the way, I'm gonna let y'all know it sucks only doing the show once a week. It sucks for me. That's why I say I'm gonna start doing these little pop-up sessions. And another thing too, guys, I'm about to do in my OT coaches membership, we are going to do a live Zoom call. I had to delay it because of my health situation right now, but I'm still planning to do that in the month of May. That's only going to be in the OT coaches membership. If you want to join that, all you have to do is go to my playbook store and scroll all the way down, and you'll see the OT Elite Coaches membership. And you definitely want to join that, because as the season gets closer, a lot of the mentorship and the things that we're doing is going to go to the OT. Oh, great question, bro. Coach, want to know, what do you look for when assigning players' positions? That's a great question. So let me see here. Let me do something real quick, Coach. Y'all bear with me one sec. I want to pull up just a formation if it let me. Let's see. Because I'm here to tell you, like, when it comes to, there are certain little things that I look for in key positions, okay? And I think, and I want to leave y'all with this value. If I can get some pulled up here, let's see. All right. Can y'all see that? Nah, y'all can't see that yet. All right. So guys, y'all see that, right? I'm about to pull up a playbook real quick. We're going to talk about it. That's a great question. All right, guys. Can y'all see the y'all can see the playbook? This is the Beast 3.0 playbook, by the way. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. So hold on. It's acting up on my end, guys. Bear with me one sec. Okay, here we go. So when it comes down to the type of players I look for, this is very important, especially in a couple of key positions, okay? Let me just use, let's do Jigsaw Left Orbit C-Train, okay? So with my quarterback, guys, I want my quarterback to be smart. He does not have to be the best player on the team as it relates to athleticism, but he needs to be the smartest, most grounded player on the team, or at least number 2. And I'm gonna tell you who he can switch with in a sec. But I like my quarterback to have good football IQ. He understands the field. He understands what he sees and what he's looking at. That's super important to me. Okay. The second smartest, if not the smartest other kid that I want. And y'all let me know. Let me quiz y'all on this. Who y'all think I'm going to say should be the smartest kid on the offense? Who do y'all think in terms of position? Let me know. Let me know. I made the screen bigger so y'all can guess. Who do y'all think? y'all already own it. Y'all already own it. I can't even play with y'all, man. I always say I got the smartest coaches on the web, man. Exactly. The center. The center. I want my center to be the smartest player on the team. Number one or number two. Thing one or thing two. Okay. Because him and the quarterback, they're going to have the ball the most on offense, right? So it's imperative to have a kid there that is low risk, smart, understand what's going on. Now, yeah, I would love to have a quarterback that's a playmaker, absolutely. But I'd rather him be smart and a game manager than a playmaker, especially if the kid is take a lot of high risk, like a high risk, high reward kid. I like a low risk, moderate, reward kid. I like that kind of kid because I'm going to wrap a team around him of guys who's going to make him shine, particularly the offensive line. And that gets to my second point, Coach. With my offensive line, guys, I like one of my tackles, usually my outside tackle right here, I like for him to be my dog, okay? Usually this kid play both ways. He may be like a defensive tackle or defensive end on defense, but then I put him right here on offense, and all he want to do is blow up the defensive end outside linebackers. So I will put him right here. I'll put my biggest guy at inside tackle, and then I put another big guy at guard, but he may not be the fastest, but he's good on the interior, right? He's able to handle the interior. But I like my two tackles to be monsters, and I like my tight end to be an absolute monster as well. Now, of course, in my system, my tight end, he's another really smart kid, but I want him to know how to not only block, but know how to play really good in the quick game and in the intermediate game, okay? I love to have a tight end that's like a Army Swiss knife, can do a little bit of everything. Probably I'm a little biased towards it because I used to be a tight end. I played tight end in high school, in middle school. So I want a tight end that can run a seam route, but also I want a tight end who can block, who can down block, who can reach block, go wide zone if I need them to, just versatile. A kid who can play a little bit more quick game, and then one thing you can do, especially if you're running the beast offense, understand this: your X right here. Most teams are going to think he's just a tackle, right? No, this is an eligible receiver. Just make sure that you tell the ref during the game that, hey, we run an unbalanced offense. This X right here, he's an eligible receiver. He's not covered. Okay, make sure you do that. And man, what we do, we'll run some nasty routes like this moonshot route. It's basically just basically an arrow route. Just going to the corner. And usually on the youth football level, man, they don't even see this kid. This kid is like not picked up whatsoever. And you can run third level right behind that safety. The safety is not going to know what's going on. Y'all got me? Oh, that's cool, Coach. That was your first position. Hey, I'm telling you guys. Hey, let me know. I'm curious, guys. Let me know in the comments what positions y'all played in high school, college, middle school, whatever y'all played at your highest level. What position? I was a tight end and an outside linebacker. I loved both positions almost equally, but I have to say I love being a tight end, man. Like if I could go back. Well, I always say if I could go back, I would probably be like an offensive tackle or guard. I would really try to be on the offensive line if I was serious about like going pro or something. But tight end was one of those positions, man, I love, man. I played in an era where the tight end wasn't as dynamic as he is now. You know, they use tight ends for everything. I graduated in '05. So, you know, tight ends wasn't as dynamic as they are now. I think the only tight ends, it's a few good tight ends back then, but Tony Gonzalez was a good one. Shucks, that's all I can think of at the top of my head right now. I love fullbacks, Mike Allstock. Who liked Mike Allstock? Loved him. Exactly, Coach. Coach Ben, you're right, brother. You're absolutely right. It's good to know the type of ref, because some refs, you can say that's an eligible receiver, and he's like, no, it's not, just because he don't know football. You just got to know the type of ref you're dealing with. But we never had a problem ever with the X being eligible in the Beast offense. All right, Coach says quarterback, wide receiver, free safety. Oh, athlete right here, straight athlete, speed guy, huh? Coach says middle school, center, wheel, defensive end, high school, corner, little bit of running back. Oh, man, somebody, hey, I guess you thinned out a little bit, Coach, huh? You was a monster in middle school, and then you became a straight athlete, huh? In high school, right? Coach Lawrence, man, so he was wing back and safety. Man, I love the wing back position. I assume y'all ran wing T a little bit in high school. Ray says running back and corner. Yep, speed guy. What up, Coach? What's going on, Coach Richard? How you doing, brother? Welcome. See, I know the kind of guys y'all were. If y'all tell me the position, I know the kind of guys you are. And I'll say this too, guys. To be honest with you, I played all over the field, and that was the best gift that my coaches could have gave me, right? Little league football, I was a defensive end, right? Then in junior high, seventh grade, I was fullback and defensive end. And then he'll move me to play like safety as well. But I didn't start, anything in seventh grade. But eighth grade, man, I played everything, man. I played tight end. He started me out at defensive end, but he switched me to outside linebacker. The best thing Coach P could have did. Shout out to Coach Perry. But then I played, I was the kicker. And that's one thing I don't talk about enough. I was the kicker in Little League, junior high, and high school. So I was the kicker. Then I was on kickoff return. Man, I did everything. And it's just because I knew football. I knew the whole field, man. I just understood the game. So it was kind of natural for me to be a football coach. I can watch a football game now and tell you what plays going on, who's going to be where. Like Miss Beast just sit there like, bro, like, shut up, man. Don't tell the game. I can tell her who's going to win. Like, it just comes natural to me. Man, appreciate it, Coach Richard, man. Thank you, man, for coming on to the show. Thank all of you guys. Appreciate y'all. I made a video a while back. I may do an updated one where I said, the best coaches are the ones who didn't make it pro or didn't make it to college. Or if you did make it to college, you wasn't like a dynamic athlete. Some of the best coaches are the outsiders, so to speak, right? That was me. Coach Ben, let's see, you say you swing man, free safety, punt returner, kick speed, another speed guy. Here we go. A utility guy. Like I was a utility guy, right? Like whatever coach needed me, I was there, and I didn't care because I love football, And for some of you guys that don't know, I was a hell of a basketball player. I was probably a better basketball player in terms of athlete than even football player. I mean, I was dunking and jumping through the gym in the eighth grade, guys. Like I was a really good basketball player. Should have played baseball. That's the sport that I wish I could go back and play. My mom would not let me play baseball. I would sneak out the house. She'll come and get me. She'll come to the high school and pick me up. She would not let me play baseball, and I love baseball. Love it to this day. Honestly, if it's any sport that I probably could have went pro in, it would probably be baseball, y'all, to be real. I could hit, I could throw, I could pitch. You know, I was just that guy. Coach said he played guard in basketball. Yeah, man, I was a power forward. I played power forward in basketball and a little bit of center. You know, they gave me the nickname. They called me Tim Duncan back in high school, my high school days hooping. That's kind of how I played. Had a good mid-range shot. I could shoot threes, had a great mid-range. Could jump through the gym, though. That's what I loved. I would dunk on anybody, and that was my reputation. I mean, in the 8th grade, I was 5'8", and I was getting up there dunking. And then I hit my growth spurt my freshman year. I shot up to 6'2", and I was really dunking and windmilling and doing all kind of nasty stuff. And of course, I'm 6'5" now. So I got tall, but I was lanky. I was like Kevin Durant, you know, I was a real lanky kind of basketball player. But then after high school, when I hit college, I got big. Like, I'm talking about 225, then I shot up to 245 when I started working in corporate America, 265, and then I said I'm going to start doing strongman training. And then I got up to 324 at my biggest. But I was at 300 pounds for years, guys. Look at some of my old pictures. When I first started the channel about football and stuff, man, I was 315, 314. And then I started walking and losing weight. Now I'm like 275, but I'm trying to get down to like 235, guys. You know, for my health and all of that, I'm getting a little older. A little bit. I'm still young, 38 as of yesterday. Coach said, Tim Duncan, you must have had a nice backboard and bank. Hell yeah, I did. I had that too, bro. I had that too. I'm going to tell you what I had in basketball, guys, and I'm going to get ready to let y'all guys go. I just wanted to have a little fun with you guys. I had a good fadeaway. My mid-range game, if I get you mid-range, I'm fading on you, or I'm faking the fade, and I'm going under, or I jab step and just dunk on you. Like, those was my like 3 moves. And of course, I had a good 3-point shot, but that wasn't my job. I was more of a mid-range guy, and you know, of course, hell of a rebounder, all of that stuff too. So yeah, I started to use the glass a lot. Hell yeah, you better use it, right? And then, you know, 2 guys back in the day with basketball, my favorite player was Tracy McGrady back in the day. This is when Tracy McGrady and Kobe was doing their thing in the early 2000s. Man, if Tracy McGrady didn't get hurt, I really think he would be one of the top 10, top 15 greatest players of all time if he didn't get hurt. What y'all think? And I know this is a football channel, guys, but I like to talk sports, period, with you guys. Yeah, bro. I know it. When I was 235, man, I felt really good. I was in a good spot there. So I walk about 15,000 steps a day now, and that's helped me out. Walking, literally, I work out a lot, but walking is really what has caused me to lose a lot of weight. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Hey, listen, I'll take on any one of you guys in basketball. Let's go. Hey, any one of you assholes, I'm taking you on in basketball. Let's go. Now, I'm competitive as they come. Let's get it. We can hoop. We can hoop tomorrow. Yeah, man, I love T-Mac. That was my guy. He's still one of my all-time favorites. Him, Shaq, Kobe, LeBron has been my favorite player for a long time, but now I'm liking Luka. Love Luka. LeBron, he's kind of on my shit list now. He takes off too much. He's a little bit on my shit list. Love him, love my guy, but still, I'm from Birmingham, man. Birmingham, Alabama, bro. Birmingham, Alabama. That's where I'm at, the Birmingham Metro. All right, guys. Miss Beast over here laughing. And she know, man, I'm like super competitive, man. I'm hyper competitive. I will compete with my kids. I will compete with my 8-year-old, my 15-year-old, and my 12-year-old. And I will compete with Miss B. She already know. Coach said I'm 5'8", 155. You 6'5", 275. You'll kick my ass. Hey, man. It's all fun though, man. Hey, bro, look, guys. I kid you not. It's coming down the road. I'm gonna set up some stuff where we all get together, and when we get together, we're not just talking football, but we hooping. We eating out. We having fun too. We're leveling up as men. We're leveling up as leaders. We're leveling up as coaches. Ben says, Coach, I can't stand to see the kids who aren't in the game with their helmets off. Am I being too hard? Hell no. Hell no, Coach. Coach, me personally, especially on the youth level, guys, and this is just me, and I know everybody feel different about this, but this is just how I feel. I hate to see youth football players not getting playing time. You know what I mean? I don't like to see youth football players not getting playing time, because the higher you go up in football, like the less playing time you're going to get if you're not good. Because more winning matters the higher you go. Youth football, of course, I believe winning matters, but it matters the least, in my opinion, opposed to high school. Coaches get fired if you're not good in high school, right? But I really believe that kids should get playing time. Now, at the same time, man, I had a kid. I kid y'all not. I had a kid. He was on the sideline. He was my backup running back. I'm out here coaching my team. We in a tight game. I look back. This kid would have got his helmet off. He eating popcorn. His mama gave him some popcorn over the bench. Man, I tore that popcorn up on the sideline, man, in front of his mama, and looked at his mama like, what the hell are you doing? Kid, y'all not. Miss B said, you don't want that smoke, babe. Girl, please, you already know, goddammit. Miss Beast already knows. You see how she trolled me? She trolling because she know I try to organize something next week and pay for y'all plane tickets for us to hoop somewhere. Just to hoop. Yeah, man, the kid had some popcorn. Hey, that popcorn looked good too, I won't lie. That popcorn looked good as hell. I mean, he just eating it, enjoying the game. I don't know where the helmet is. He just enjoying the game. Man, I tore that shit up. Excuse my language. This kid had popcorn, y'all, like the movie popcorn too. Like he was watching the movie, he was smiling, had a smile on his face. I'm like, what the hell? Oh man. Coach said my first step isn't as fast as it used to be. At 45 years old, my core hurts, my hamstrings and stuff. Shit, hey, Coach, bro, man, look, I'm 30. My birthday was yesterday, right, guys? I turned 38. I told Miss Beast, you know how sometimes when you turn a certain age, people will ask you, like, do you feel, your age? Do you feel 40? Do you feel 35 or whatever? I told Miss Beats, I said, I feel 38 years old. I said, however they're supposed to feel, I feel it. I'm aching. My knees hurt. My elbows hurt. My ankles hurt. Everything hurt. I'm dealing with this anxiety bull crap. Like, I feel whatever 38 is supposed to be, I feel 38. You know what I'm saying? I just feel it. Coach said he would have been with her in the stands and off my sideline. Bro, like, guys, I can tell y'all some crazy crap, man, with youth football that happened. Bro, my hips hurt too. My hips hurt right now. You see how I'm leaning over this mic? I'm leaning over this mic because my damn hip hurt. All right, guys, let's see. Make sure I don't miss nobody. Man, I can't wait for college football. I don't know if y'all are NFL guys or college football guys. Let me know. Let me know what y'all watch the most or y'all enjoy the most, college football or NFL football. Let me know. Cost too much hooping on the concrete, and I'm paying for it. Bro, every injury I got, literally every injury came from basketball. I don't think, I got some dingers and stuff like that from football, but like my injuries that still nag me to this day from high school are basketball injuries. My left knee, my left knee still should, like, they can probably do an x-ray on my left knee and I probably got a torn meniscus or something like that. Like I said, I was a dunker, and one day, and I'm young and dumb, 16, and I'm horse playing with my brother-in-law and fall back and some pop. Knee was swollen. And to this day, and I went to the doctor, they gave me a brace, sprained knee, all of that. That's what they say. But then my knee still hurts from when I was 16. Still hurts. College football, Texas Longhorns. Eagles fan, but I like college football though. That's what's up. I'm an Eagles fan too, bro. I'm more of in the NFL. I'm more of a fan of the players, opposed to a specific team. I'm a Bama fan on the college level, diehard Bama fan. What's so cool, man, is here in our league we get to play our All-Star game at Bryant-Denny Stadium. That's now Bryant-Denny Stadium. By Nick Saban Field or something, whatever they named it. But we get to play our games at Bryant-Denny Stadium on that field. And one of the most just like opportunities of a lifetime. I've been able to head coach All-Star game twice in Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's nothing like it, guys. It's amazing. One of the best feelings in the world. So diehard Bama fan. But anywhere the Bama boys go in the pros, I become a fan of those teams. Right now, the Philadelphia Eagles just so happen to be, the team I love. I like the Miami Dolphins. Well, last year I did. Well, 2 years ago I did. Tua, I love that guy, but I just don't know if he got the durability to sustain his career long. I hope he do. I pray he does, because he's a baller. Coach Ben, Texas A&M, them Aggies. Oh yeah. Home of the 12th man, right? Let's go. LSU. Man, hey, y'all LSU fans, y'all are rowdy as hell, man. When I used to work in corporate back in the day before I started my own business, man, my LSU fans would argue me down on them being the best team. But of course, Bama and LSU have always been rivals, but thank God in those years we whooped their ass. But LSU has always been really good, especially, them Les Miles days, man. Man, he has some players. Yeah, man. Here in Bama country, if you're in the right league, you get access to some really cool places. And being able to, man, be at Brian Denny and just coach, be on the sidelines and stuff, man, it's priceless. It really is. Some of the coolest stuff. And he said the high schools play at Naval Academy and Raven Stadium. That's cool. That's cool as hell too, bro. Oh yeah, man. Me too, man. I wouldn't be as systematic. I'm a systematic guy naturally, but Nick Saban indirectly has added so much value to my life as a coach because he taught me how to be a great leader and a great man and a great systemizer, right? And so, Nick Saban's he's a GOAT. He's the GOAT. No question about it. I think he's the GOAT overall, NFL and college. That's just me. I know it's some great ones. Don't get me wrong. No disrespect to them whatsoever. But, Nick Saban, my GOAT, period. Absolutely. All right, guys. So I think that's going to be it for the show, man. I just wanted to stay a little longer, chop it up with you guys, show you guys some love, man. Really appreciate y'all helping me through this show, man. Yeah, the anxiety stuff is no joke. Hopefully I can get it, really under wraps in the next few days, man. I got to get a doctor and have them kind of treat this situation because being a content creator, you always in front of the camera. And now, we got this podcast, so I'm always talking and I can't talk and start losing my breath or something trigger me. And now I'm off center and stuff like that. Like, it's not fun. And I'm not used to it because I'm a high performer. I don't know how to act, just laying in bed, not feeling good and all of that stuff. Right. So that's it for the show, guys. Really appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Of course, if you haven't gotten any other playbooks, go to my playbook store. Get everything while it's discounted. It's 80% off. Get that Beast Unleashed bundle, guys, if you haven't already. For you guys who don't know, the new showtime is every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you haven't subscribed to me, what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe to me and hit the notification bell so you can get the notification whenever I'm on, okay? I am going to start doing pop-ups, okay? I may do them during the daytime. I may do them in the evening, but I will be doing coaches pop-ups and Q&As and stuff like that, guys, all right? All right, guys, man, that's it for the show today. Y'all be blessed. And don't forget to win more games, score more points, and beast out. Peace. Y'all have a good one, guys.